Let's see if she'll stay for me while I go and rescue my my felt rug. Stay. Probably won't stay, but I need to go and rescue this rug. Oh, what do you know? Come on, you can come. Come on. Oh, she says, I'm going to stay. I'm going to prove you wrong. And there she is, staying. All right, let's have a look at this boy. What is he doing? Excuse me? What are you doing? Peppy. Chocolate. What is this? What is the meaning of this? Oh, that's a bit naughty. You shouldn't be here hanging around this stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to bring this over here so he's not tempted. After all, they do have a brain the size of a peanut. They can be intelligent with a lot of things, but they can be very silly with other things. So you can't blame them when they act like a child, because they've got a brain capacity similar to a child. So let's go. Bring all this stuff over and look at Szara. Lily, come. Come on. Actually, I need to get a brush. We'll brush her. And I'm just going to film everything in one hit. I don't have the cameraman available today, so this will have to do. And I did have another brush, but I don't know where it's gone. Big red main brush, I don't know where that went. That's okay. We can just use this one. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to get her saddled and bridled and done up without any... I want her to volunteer as much as possible, make it her idea as much as possible. With horses, if you can convince them it's their idea to do things, it's a lot easier to work with them. It's just like people. Convince a 16-year-old it's their idea to not take drugs and do stupid shit, then it's a lot better than coming from you. How do you do that? Well, there's many ways to do that. I'm actually an expert in that field of working with young people, but that's what I did for a living. But horses are the same. If you can convince them that it's their idea, that there's good things about these things that you're doing, there's enjoyment to be had, there's rewards to be had, consequences can be good consequences, not everything is a bad consequence, then you're going to have a much happier experience around your horse. They're going to be more satisfied, and you're going to get a good response from them, and you're going to be way happier than somebody who's dealing with a horse that's obnoxious and unhappy to have you near them. And some horses are just like that, and they're just not made for having people on their back. They're fine if people just leave them be. As long as they've got food and water and have their feet trimmed, they're fine. Other horses don't mind having the attention. Yeah, they might have a bit of a angst about it initially, but once you get them out and start moving around and doing things with them, they actually appreciate the break in the mundane and ordinary day. Lily, come on. If she doesn't want to come over, that's okay. She doesn't have to come over right now. What she has to do is accept the saddle blanket on and wait for me to bring her saddle over. I don't have a problem getting it over here. Now this saddle blanket's quite big, and it's a funny shaped one. It kind of it's made to go with other types of saddles, but it's a felt one. It's quite thick, I don't usually use this one, but I'm going to use it today. I'm trying to get it to relax itself. I've had it for over a year. Almost a year, I think. Somewhere close to a year. But the problem is it's not flexible yet. I need it to flex. So she's acting a bit weird about it all. She's trying to manoeuvre away. However, I'm kind of going to go, well, you can walk away, but I'm still going to, at some point, have to use this thing here. So here we go. I don't know how much you're able to see from this type of perspective, but hopefully you can see enough. So I'm trying to push this up under there so it's not digging right into the shoulder blades. That might be okay. And I'm going to move her over here. Pop this through first and get this sorted fairly quickly. It's a bit different to my other saddle. It's got a different mechanism. Well, it hasn't got a different mechanism. It's a different setup of the same mechanism, but you only have one point at the top of your girth, and I'll show you what that means. So there's only one of these. I can't remember, girth point, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a technical person. I don't really know much technically about anything. I know some things. I pick things up along the way, learn new things all the time. There's so many things. I'll often call things a thingamajig because I just can't remember what the hell they're called. But that's alright. But that thingamajig is important thingamajig because it holds the key to whether or not you're going to have a saddle that stays on or not. So with a horse like her, you want to be making damn sure you got your saddle on nice and firm, because she is a roly-poly pony shape. She's lost weight though, so she's not as ponyish as she was before. She was like a complete barrel. Now she's lost a bit of weight. So I'm going to, for this part, it feels a bit strange. I'm going to ask her to manoeuvre around. Hup. It's not tied up fully, but it's just to get her to move around a bit so I can do it up a bit better. Just let some air out of her guts. Hup. She tends to blow herself up. She does it to avoid being ridden. Thinks if the saddle moves around I won't get on. Well, I'll get off, but I'll soon fix it back up to where it will fit. Come on, Lily, face in now. I'm going to give her the hand movement, which I'm doing here, and she's going to return back. Come on, good girl, good job, good girl. It looks a bit crooked, it's on sideways, so she's not happy with that, and this is digging in a bit. So that might be too far forward. Might have to loosen and move that back. I think we'll do that. It's probably not worth trying to do it at that point like that. I don't know why I had it that far forward. I'm a little bit, I don't know what's happening today, but I'm not really feeling very good at making these kinds of where things have got to sit decisions very well today. Now this is coming right back. This might even be worse. I don't know if this is really the right kind of this is really the right kind of what do you call it, saddle blanket to be using. But I want to try to loosen it up a little. just a little bit. You need to really go on a fairly long ride. I did take her once on a 3-hour ride with it, and it wasn't terribly bad, but it's really not sitting in the way I would expect it to. I know, it's a bit tight. I know. We've got to try and get it to work out a little bit anyway. I may need to pop it on Ellie for a while because she's a much bigger frame. Although they're not that different in girth size, it's weird. They're smaller but rounder. Good. Yeah, she's telling me she's not very pleased with me doing this up. So, I'll go again. Through the back. You probably can't see anything much. That's okay. It's too boring. I'll just cut it out from there. Make it less boring. Now, actually, I might be better to just put it on that one and just let that be for a bit, like that. Right, I'm going to ask her to move. Yep, let's go. You can see that's now forcing that saddle to sit right up on the back. Up. I'm just going to get her to do some cantering for a bit. Up. Out you go. Up. Down you go, round. Round and up. Canter. Up. Turn round. Turn, turn, turn. Up. Back in the arena. Up. Canter. Good girl.